Welcome to Philanthropy in Focus, where we shine a light on the people and organizations making a difference in our communities. From executive leaders to frontline team members, each episode offers an inside look at the mission, challenges, and opportunities shaping the nonprofit sector today. Whether you're a donor, volunteer, or simply looking to connect with causes that matter, this series is designed to inform and inspire, reflecting Heritage's commitment to helping families align their wealth with purpose and impact. I'm your host, Carrie Miller, Director of Philanthropy and Business Development at Heritage Wealth Advisors. And today we're honored to be joined by my friend, Heather Phibbs, Vice President of Advancement and Engagement at the Maymont Foundation. Hi, Heather.
Carrie, thank you so much for having me here today.
Well, we are delighted that you could join us in the studio. To start, can you share a little bit about Maymont's mission and the role it plays in the Richmond community?
Absolutely. The Maymont Foundation was started exactly 50 years ago to care for and preserve all that Maymont is. It was a former estate of the Dooley family and willed to be a forever public space upon the death of the Dooleys. And the foundation not only maintains the gardens and grounds, but it runs all of the educational and cultural and recreational programming that happens at Maymont.
Well, I have certainly been to Maymont and love it. And so every organization has moments that define its impact. What's something you and your team are especially proud of?
That's a good question, Carrie. Our Maymont 2025 project that is well underway now is the single largest preservation effort that's ever happened at Maymont. And it is a restoration of our Maymont mansion and some of the climate controls and safety security systems in that building, as well as renovations to our wildlife trail and introduction of new animal species. That work is ongoing and is going to be completed this coming year in the spring of 2026. And I'd say we are especially proud of that.
Nice. For those listening who feel inspired, what are some meaningful ways people can get involved through volunteering, giving, or part of this Maymont 2025?
There are a number of ways that folks can get involved. We have a number of volunteers, both individuals and groups, that come out and spend time helping on our gardens and grounds, as well as providing much needed support during our big community events. Of course, donations are always needed. I do hold a fundraising job. So of course, that is another way that folks can get involved. Annual giving is really important to us. More than 90% of our annual funding to maintain and care for Maymont comes from the community through various sources. So annual giving and giving in all of its forms is really important to us.
So what would you say is Maymont's greatest need right now, and how can supporters make the biggest difference?
Very good question. I hate to sound repetitive, but the support from the community is especially vital for us because of the fact that more than 90% of our funding comes from community support. We like to say that Maymont belongs to all of us, and it is up to all of us to help preserve it and maintain it. We are open year round, free of general admission to the public, and also offer really robust educational programming for school groups, many of those Title I schools. And to keep all of that going, the property, the general operation of the property, as well as all of that programming, it really requires support from the community on an annual basis. And we are also looking to enrich our endowment, grow our endowment over the next few years. That's going to be increasingly important as we face increasing costs associated with all that we do to take care of Maymont.
Nice. Well, I have appreciated and enjoyed Maymont for years. With Sam and I have gone to concerts and all sorts of things, but we just decided to join recently.
Well, thank you.
I didn't realize that, it does, or I knew this as a fundraiser and an enjoyer of things, that it does cost money to keep it going. But, I've appreciated that it's a way to keep it free is by
absolutely. And I would like
supporting the membership.
I would like to thank you for becoming a member. I assume you purchased a family membership.
Sure did.
Yeah, no, membership is a very important way for folks to support us, and those who do become members get some nice benefits in return from us, and discounted tickets and some free tickets to events. And a heads up on special things that come up, special events that come up at the property.
Well, speaking of community engagement, what's one question you wish donors would ask you?
That's a very good question. I think for those who don't already know exactly what's going on with the Maymont 2025 project, I would love for folks to ask. And my answer to them would be this. It is largely about accessibility of especially what we're doing out on the wildlife trail so that folks of all ages and capabilities are able to experience all that's out there on our trails with the wildlife habitat and also the important safety renovations that are happening at the museum. It's part of an $11.75 million renovation effort that was launched through a federal grant, but then supported by both individual donors and grants and corporate support from those around the Central Virginia community.
Well, I love the house, the Dooley Mansion over there. It's really neat.
Really excited to have it open again. A lot of people have been disappointed if they've come to town from out of town and found that it was closed for renovation. So we're really excited to get the word out the minute that it reopens in early spring.
Well, looking to the future, does Maymont have any bold goals or big dreams for the next 3 to 5 years?
Oh boy. Sure. We have a number of goals. I mentioned wanting to beef up that endowment because that's going to be really critical as we move into future years. 2026 will be the 100th anniversary of Maymont as a public space. And we are excited to have the whole community celebrate right along with us at the Maymont Foundation. Not only will it be our 100th anniversary, but it will be the springtime will feature the reopening of the historic mansion and the reopening of the Virginia Wildlife Trail with introduction of some new species. And the community, we hope, will come out and celebrate with us on a special day in early June that we have not yet named. But I think, we really want folks to come out and spend time with us this coming spring in celebration. Another thing that's coming out of the expansion of the Virginia Wildlife Trail and what we're doing, some of the activities at the Nature Center are going to enable some much more robust educational opportunities for folks of all ages. And so we're looking at how do we continue to expand those programs, both for school kids during school trips, during school summer camps, which have been really important to us at Maymont, our ability to provide a number of scholarships for kids to attend those camps. And so continuing to really beef up some of that educational programming and evolve that and offer new opportunities is going to be really important to us. And so growing that endowment is going to be important in doing all of those things.
Well, that's great. Do you have an endowment goal that you're working?
That is a really good question. I think that we would love to grow that endowment by about 20 million over the next 5 years.
And do you have school kids? Are they all local or are there field trips from out of town?
Oh, that's a good question. A majority of the school groups that come out are from the 5 counties that make up sort of the greater Richmond area. But we do also see groups that come from Northern Virginia or the western part of the state from other parts of the state. So that's a really good question. And getting those trips booked is really popular. We just, with the school year having just begun, we just opened up the ability to start reserving those classes again. And we get teachers and school folks calling the minute those open up because they're so popular, because Maymont is this living, breathing classroom. Right. And so, teachers who have really loved bringing their kids out to learn about our local ecosystem and all of that really jump at the opportunity to get those scheduled the minute that they're open again.
Well, I really like the Robbins Nature Center and how you've kind of teach about what the rivers do in Virginia, since the river system is such a big part of the ecosystem here. So I can imagine classrooms enjoying that.
Yeah, we are one of only 2 locations in the state of Virginia that have been licensed to have an aquarium display of the Atlantic sturgeon, which there are big efforts to repopulate right now. And there's always a lot to learn in the Robbins Nature Center. And we're constantly rotating in new displays and opportunities for kids and adults to learn more about the ecosystem and the role that plants and animals and humans play in all of that.
Very nice. Well, I'm looking forward to bringing Will to see it.
I'm looking forward to you bringing Will out to see it too.
I'll have to bring his otter with him.
I hope so.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Heather, and for sharing more about the Maymont Foundation. And it was great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And we look forward to having your whole family out soon.
For those who want to learn more or get involved, we've included links in the show notes. And I'm Carrie Miller, and this has been Philanthropy in Focus.